Yo, how we doing then, people? So, people have been waiting. The tweet went crazy. People want to see how we're managing to get this type of FPS in Escape from Tarkov. I want to quickly preface the video. This only seems to be getting this amount of FPS when I don't have OBS open. So when I'm actually live streaming. Talking about live streaming, guys, I do obviously stream Escape from Tarkov as well as doing these types of videos. So if you want to come check me out live, it is twitch.tv/IMinimann. I'll leave the link down below. I stream 10 AM until 5 PM UK time, Monday to Friday. We're going to be doing a G Fuel giveaway pretty soon. We do have the 3 new Spider-Verse flavors behind me. And if you do want to grab yourself some G Fuel as well, use code MINI at checkout, get yourself up to 30% off. I'll let you carry on watching the video because that's clearly what you're here for, but it'd be great to see you over at Twitch. Catch you in a bit. And I'm recording and stuff like that. The FPS does dip a little bit. I'm still getting some pretty crazy numbers. Don't get me wrong. I do run a 240 hertz monitor. So anything above 144 is still absolutely fine for me. But anybody that doesn't have any crazy monitors and stuff like that, you'll still get some pretty mad FPS. The build that I'm actually running, I have a Ryzen 7 5800X 3D. I'm pretty crap with PCs and stuff, but everyone told me that CPU was pretty crazy. I have a RTX 3080, and I have 32 gigs of RAM. So we'll dive into it. We'll see how we can get going. And yeah, I'll just try and cover everything as fast as I possibly can so you guys don't get bored. I'll leave the little timestamps down below as well so you can skip to different bits. But straight off the rip, so, first things first, a lot of you guys may know this, you may not. What you want to do straight away is click your little drop down underneath your name on your Escape from Tarkov. You want to click your logs. You'll see up here on my screen, it's opened up on my top monitor, but I'll drag it down here. I only have 3 here because I clear this all the time. Every single day before you start your Tarkov session, clear this, nice and simple. Literally just select all of them, no matter how many there are, delete them. Simple. Then you want to click again, click clear cache, and then you want to click the integrity check. If I click that, it is going to take a little while. So I'm not going to do it just now, but you want to click that, take like 2 or 3 minutes, absolutely fine. Next thing, settings. You want to click here and make sure that these say exit the launcher. And then when I launch the game, exit the launcher completely. Very simple, but you just want to make sure that it's not sitting in the corner in your little like box of all your stuff. It would technically be under my camera that's over there, but just make sure that the launcher isn't still open when the game is open. Just an extra little thing. Then you want to go into the actual game directory and stuff. You want to right click on the game. You want to click compatibility. So you want to make sure the game is running as administrator. This is just a thing that you have to make sure you're doing. But then this is one that's been causing a lot of controversy for quite a while. I don't know why I can't speak during this video, but controversy. Make sure this is unticked. I've always had this ticked for some reason for this particular patch, this particular wipe. Have this unticked. Things might change. They may release another patch. I know they released a patch literally the other day. Then they've reverted it. There was loads of stutters. The lag was crazy. But yeah, this is unticked for me at the moment. Seems to be running the smoothest. So I'm just keeping it as it is. So moving on to the next bit. A very simple one that you want to make sure that you're doing, guys, is open up your task manager. Click here, go to performance, and make sure that whatever RAM you have in your system, make sure that it is actually running at the correct speed. If it isn't, you need to go into your BIOS. You need to edit all the XMP files and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how to do all that, but luckily when my RAM went in, it's running at the right speed. But I know a lot of people have had their RAM fitted into their systems, and it will be running at, like, say, 500 megahertz lower than it should be, or whatever. Make sure this is running at the highest that it is, so that you're actually getting your full performance. So the next little thing that I've actually started using recently, I know this has been around for a long time, you guys may already use this as well, but it's a program called Process Lasso. And it actually gives you like a 7-day free trial. Once your 7-day free trial is finished, it will then ask you to like pay for it, but you don't have to. You just click like continue every time that you open up the program. And then within this, you need to make sure that your game is actually open, so that it actually pops up on here. So you'll see that as I've just clicked on the game, all these BSG launchers have opened up over here. We're going to click play. Once the game is actually opened up, then all these launchers will disappear, because obviously I've got that other setting ticked. And once we're in, the actual game will pop up. You'll see straight away, look, they've all disappeared, and now it just says escape from Tarkov _be.exe. So that is my official game. So we're going to go back to Process Lasso. I'm going to right click, and then in CPU priority, go to always and click high. Most systems, you should be absolutely fine with running this. Like I say, if you are running things like OBS and stuff as well, may cause some issues, but it should be absolutely fine. I use a one PC setup with the build that I explained. I run high, everything runs smooth. I play at 1440p, and there is no issues. Nobody complains about any dropped frames or any jitters or anything when I'm streaming. You also want to click induce performance mode, and that is pretty much it in here. So I just do them. If anybody knows any other fancy stuff, go for it. But this is just what I do. This seems to be working for me, and I just then pretty much close that down, and we're good. So within the actual game, here's my settings. We have both of these ticked. A lot of other videos may say to keep these unticked. At the minute, I'm keeping these ticked. They seem to give me like a little bit of extra FPS. So it is what it is. If you want to untick them, or you find that your system's different, if you're running an Intel CPU, that's fine. For me, this seems to be working. I was running up and down literally on the same street over and over and over again. I would tick them, run up and down, untick them, run up and down. Having them ticked worked better. Boom. So graphic settings. We play at 1440p. I actually play at 16:10. I like my characters to be a little bit chunky, a little bit fat, so I can headshot them easier. Again, personal preference. And then I actually have VSync ticked. This, again, is a very controversial topic. For me, it just works. I don't know why. Obviously, it then unlocks the FPS and allows me to go over 144, because within the game FPS, 144 is the highest. I have a monitor that allows me to go above that. So if your monitor is a 144 hertz monitor, maybe keep that unticked. I don't know. But for me, I have it ticked. It allows me to go way above 144. And I'll roll some clips. You may have already seen them. You may see them after this. It depends on what way I edit the video. But yeah, I was getting some crazy stuff. So, borderless. Then we go. Texture quality high. Shadow quality low. Object LOD quality 2.5. And then we have 1500 on the visibility. This is kind of a little bit personal preference. If you go too low, sometimes it can bottleneck your system. It will overwork certain things, your GPU or your CPU, depending on which one. I like it like this. There's also certain sites within Tarkov. If you have this too low, your LOD quality, then things like the 5.7, the site won't load properly. There's some other sites in the game that as well, they just won't load properly. So this is what works. This is what I run. Absolutely fine. TAA, not TAA high. You can if you want. Makes things look a little bit better, a little bit smoother. But I like TAA. 1 time's off on this. I wouldn't recommend any of these. Just keep it as 1 time off. And then I have everything else off. My game looks fine. People go, oh, it looks like Play-Doh. Like, people are going to joke and say it looks like Play-Doh. Nobody's ever said this in my chat. My videos look fine. My stream looks fine. But yeah, there we go. Boom. Everything is off, including the Nvidia Reflex low latency. For some reason, this patch, this wipe, whatever, this is dodgy as hell. Keep this turned off. You'll see that my sharpness is actually 3. People are confused by this one. It's because with the old painkiller effect, not so much the new one, but the old painkiller effect, obviously it would put your sharpness at max. The reason I keep this as 3 is that I then adjusted my actual settings on my monitor so that my sharpness looked absolutely fine in game, so that whenever I did pop painkillers, nothing changed. Nothing changed. It was all nice and simple. It didn't then go blurry, and I was like, shit, I need to pop my painkillers so I can see again. Everything just always looked nice on my monitor. I basically just counteracted the game's max sharpness thing by doing this. Obviously, these settings, because I have VSync ticked, don't do anything, so we leave it. All of these at the bottom, unticked. Do not use these unless you really want to, but I just don't. Post effects, I don't have post effects. You will see that in my Nvidia control panel, I alter my colors and stuff. And another thing that people need to understand is no matter how many videos you watch, no matter how many streamers that you go in and you type settings, people will have adjusted their actual monitor settings themselves. Things that you guys can't see, the people that the stream can't see. Like, I've adjusted my actual monitor settings by going into my monitor menu. I've changed like the black depthness, the saturation and things like that. So no matter even what I show you in the embedded control panel, what you see on stream is not going to be what I see on my monitor. People, sometimes they're confused as to how I've spotted something so far away. It's because of how I've got my screen set up. That's all down to you and your monitor. I cannot help with that. But that's it for the stuff within Tarkov. Boom, boom, boom. Beautiful. So last but not least, let's go into the Nvidia control panel. We are going to right click. We are going to go into the lovely little control panel. This thing is wonderful. Here we go. So the first thing, manage 3D settings. You want to go across to your program settings. And in this box, mine will say Escape from Tarkov. If you do not see Escape from Tarkov, and even when you do the drop down, you need to click Add and then just go find Escape from Tarkov in your files. Wherever you've actually saved your Escape from Tarkov to, you click that, it will pop up, boom. All this does is allow you to adjust these settings, and it only affects Tarkov. If you play other games on your PC, you don't want to input Tarkov settings for other games. Pretty simple. So, scrolling down the list, I won't try and pronounce all of these because I'll end up butchering them, but I'll scroll nice and slowly so that you can literally copy them. I'll quickly stop at that when you'll see, obviously, max frame rate, I've put 240. That is, again, because I have a 240Hz monitor. If you don't have a 240Hz monitor, set yours at whatever your highest Hertz or FPS for your monitor is. You'll see here, vertical sync / VSync. Use the 3D application setting. And then, like I say, I have it on within the game. Nice and simple. Here, adjust image settings with preview. Click the middle one. Use the advanced 3D settings. Boom. Nice and simple. And then adjust desktop color settings. So for me, to make things look beautiful in Tarkov, and again, this is all personal preference, this particular thing, but to make things look good, and it kind of weirdly makes things run and feel smoother. It clearly doesn't have any effect on your actual FPS with this type of stuff, but we have all channels, and then we go 52, 57, 1.4 on gamma, which, yes, people go, is that not going to melt your eyelids? But obviously, I then adjust things on my monitor, like I say, looks sexy, makes things stand out. It's beautiful. Digital vibrance, we have at 80. Again, makes things stand out. If people are wearing like a blue armband or if they're wearing the Untar armor, they literally pop out on my screen. The FPS is nice and smooth and they get head tapped. Simple. If you're running a G-Sync monitor, I'm sure you know how to set this up anyway, but click on your G-Sync monitor, enable settings for the selected display model, enable G-Sync, and then enabled for window and full screen mode. And that is because, as you saw within the game, I play borderless, and that's so that I can like chop and change between my monitors and the game not keep shutting down and reopening as I'm changing. If you are only playing Tarkov and you're literally not using Discord, you're not using any Google Chrome pages or anything like that, then I guess you can do just enable for full screen mode. I don't think that really makes much of a difference. So then after the G-Sync stuff, you will see on this particular screen here, we've clicked adjust desktop size and position. I've clicked on the monitor that my Tarkov actually loads on. We click no scaling, perform scaling on the display, resolution, I'm playing 1440p, boom, refresh rate, whatever your highest refresh rate is. That is it. Click out, like apply, accept, whatever, and you're good to go. I think that is pretty much it for what we're doing here. Everything else, we just leave it as it is, use all this stuff, and it's just literally ticked on the original. We come out of that, and there we go. You have loads and loads of FPS now. So you'll have seen the videos rolling. You'll have seen me running around on customs. If anybody wants any more evidence, come over to the Twitch stream. Like I say, when I'm live, it may dip slightly. But yesterday, I was literally running around at like 170, 180 on customs whilst live, whilst recording, with like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, like all these different things open. Yes, I still use Firefox. It's just for my music on stream to separate the audio channels. But yeah, if you've enjoyed it, and it does help you get some more FPS, obviously, please click that like button, subscribe to the channel. We upload some, obviously, Tarkov footage and TikToks and all that. And also, there is going to be a G Fuel giveaway. We are partnered with G Fuel. Use code MINI at checkout. Get yourself up to 30% off. We're going to throw in a little plug. It's got to be done. But yeah, we're going to be giving away the 3 Spider-Verse flavors. Obviously still sealed. Boom. We have the Glitch Mix, the Future Sense, and the Dimension Dance. Come over. You'll find out how to enter the giveaway in the Twitch stream. And it will be free to enter. There will be no like paying, subscribing, any of that kind of stuff. It will be free to enter. It'll be kind of fun. We'll run it in marbles. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. If the video has helped, guys, like I say, please like, sub, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.